Hello, hello. How's everyone doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday, coming at you every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk shit about cars, specifically Mustang stuff. If you're not really up to snuff on the channel, this is a Mustang-centric, Coyote-specific channel. We dabble in small block Ford stuff and other things, but this is kind of a channel that specializes in the late model Coyote game, not 24 and up, because we all know that car is gay. Today, we're going to talk about Tremec releasing something that I think has been necessary for a very long time in the Mustang community. Back in the day, some of you know that I used to fucks with someone who built transmissions, and if you still want to buy those transmissions, that's fine, but I don't need to put my name and stamp behind it. But the fact that everyone was swapping their transmissions to T56s kind of said something, because if you have a Gen 3 Mustang, specifically a 2019 and up, one of the best features that ever came out on that car is the downshift rev matching, DSRM. If you don't know what DSRM, when I post a DSRM, it's downshift rev matching. Now, obviously, downshift rev matching is not new to many people in the Chevy game or in the Nissan game, but in the Mustang game, it's introduced in 2019. There is a upshift assist that was available in 2015 and up, but the downshift rev matching wasn't a thing until 2019. Sorry, 2018 owners. I had a 2018, and the moment I got a 2019, I was blown away how good and refined the downshift rev matching was on the 19 Mustang. But then subsequently, you found out that the D4 MT82 was not that great. So today we're going to talk about Granis Racing putting out there that Tremec is now introducing a T56 with the proper sensor. And I'm sure you're going to have to make changes in the tune. So your tuners are going to have to figure out the gear ratios. You're going to have to figure out maybe the transfer function for the sensor. Whatever the case may be, I'm sure tuners will figure it out. So now you're not stuck with buying a stage whatever transmission. The T56 is the standard bearer of aftermarket racing manual transmissions. That's the one you get. You get the Tremec T56, plain and simple. So today we'll cover that, and then we'll kind of go over the plus and minuses. Also, we'll talk about Billet Pro Shops put up a bit of a poll on their Facebook page talking about engine combos, and luckily they're on game. Like, we all understand they love the Coyote game and the 4-valve game, but when it comes to making sense of a certain question, because I'm a stickler for language, they actually answered the question properly, and we can talk about that many more things. And we'll also do the giveaways. We're giving away the upper and lower control arms for S197. We're giving away adjustable sway bar links and the vertical links for S550 to one guy. So we're giving away S197 parts, S550 parts, and a catch can. So the S197 control arms and S550 parts are Patreon guys. We'll announce them right away. And then at 9 o'clock, we'll do a little trivia, Star Trek trivia, and we'll give away a catch can. I'll show you what it is, compliments of UPR, everything else I bought, because I like buying stuff to give away to the people, because you guys provide viewerships, memberships. You guys provide the ability for me to build cars and do cool shit. So we'll talk about that many more things. But up for Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck, but what does not suck is the sponsors. The sponsors of the show that make the disco ball turn so we can keep the show going. PMAS, St. James, PMAS, best cold air intakes, best map sensors. A little bit of everything going on with PMAS. Check them out for your cold air intake and sensor needs. If you got big boy horsepower, you're going to want to get their HPX map sensors so you don't run out of resolution on the map. Don't I got cookies, don'tmygotcookies.com. I got my delivery again. 6 cookies. The nice thing is they last me a while. I still have a ton from the last batch. So check out Don't I Got Cookies. They have different batches every week. I'm waiting for the YDBT batch to come out so I can order 6 of those. DNAperformance.com. Your Go Fast Parts house for new parts. You're going to buy your fuel systems, you're going to buy your turbo systems, your superchargers, your wheels, your tires, and your injectors at DNAperformance.com. Mention the show, you might get a bit of a discount. Parts on Partom.com. They paid their bill. Love it when the sponsor pays his bill on time without being prompted. And he's looking for a set of door panels for 13 to 14 premium because Collier's suffered the peel on the inside. 2-Auto Solution. Rami's at 2-Auto Solution. He's fucking with trucks. He's fucking with GT500s, S550s, GT500s. Check him out. 2-Auto Solution in Puerto Rico, Caguas, Puerto Rico, and Bellac. Bellac Industries, Bellac Industries, BellacIndustries.com. I think it's BellacIndustries.com. If you want to fucks with Bellac Industries, go there, check them out. Don't buy the Fellacs, buy the actual Bellac so that you're not being an absolute weirdo. We got Max Out Lawyer. Max Out Lawyer, that's right. He is the, the attorney for the show. He's a psychopath that likes to build F-150s, tear them down to the frame just to put it back together and in the hopes of running an ape. 337-239-6252. Hot chicks over there, tall too. Check him out. Max Out Lawyer. He's got a Cadillac too, so he fucks with the Amri. He gives you guys deals. He's actually really good. And as always, richprinceusa.com/collections/YDBT if you want to support the show and get some merchandise. YDBT and Amory hats, YDBT and Amory trucker style hats, Dolo hats, Shiesty, Section 8 shirts and hoodies, Hush Money shirts and hoodies, ZR50, that one is going to start selling once I start really promoting the shit out of that car. Shirts and hoodies, Booty Juice and Elote Juice shirts and hoodies, Amory, Stolen Valor shirts and hoodies, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, GT350, S650, 85 to 86, 87 to 93, 1320 videos for you guys that want to go to Thailand for the car culture. F1320 and vertical YDBT and Emery and stickers and all the goodies. Check out richprinceusa.com/collections. YDBT. Love the fact that I have a little merch store. Cannot hate on that. Let's say hi to the people here and we'll talk a little shit. We'll do the giveaways right away for Patreon. I'll announce them. All I need for you to do is PM me your address and you will get prizes. I already picked the S197 winner and the S550 winner. Jay Swiss, Monty 540, Nick Dosh, Frank Donahue. Oh my God, I did not hit any of the things so you can't see your name. Jay Swiss, Monty 540, Derek Fox, Frank Donahue, B. Levash, Yusuf, Z33, Camzilla, Nathan Roberts, Matt Francis, Christopher Dixon, Jasso, Amhungsa Low, Robostyle, Clint Stroke, Coyote Kelly, Alfredo Morales, Ian Martha, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing okay. What's going on with that? Remember that accident situation? What's going on with that? Can you even talk about it? Jasso, Chemicalizer, Rhino, Mustang Dennis, Semi-Retired Street Racer, Nat Jew, Tony the Truck Guy, Victor Sardone, Jay Judd, Nard Mercado, Donnie Renfro, job on a line, catch a replay at the gym tomorrow morning. Good, get back to the gym. Donnie's one of those guys that can build muscle just by looking at weights, so get after it because, we need you to be hot in case you end up on video. Mark Christensen, Will, 351 Windsor, Matthew Nichols, Cody Lewis, Clean 93 GT, Blue Thunder, Nick Perry, Teddy Diaz, Garrett Staten, Peter Chow, Joshua Flores. Flowers, how are you? Have you weighed in? You need to be under 420 next time you weigh in. I know it's a high number, but he started at like 460. Mike Max, John Lovelace, Nazo, Alfredo Diaz, Tall Starlight, Boosted Desmond, 956 Oscar, EPA Amory, CJ426F. Who are you? That name just kind of fucks me up because it like my sister's fucking initials are that. TTSB Cobra, Timmy T, Eric Chavaria, Chivos Adventures, 956 Oscar, Boundless Black, Glass Roof Check, Matt Oliver, 956 Oscar, Slow 99, what's up? He is the resident detective. Jet Engine Oz has been a member for damn near 4 years. I love that shit. And again, the giveaway today for the catch can will be to a member only of YouTube. I don't care if you're a member on Patreon. The YouTube giveaway will be for members only because you guys have had. And I think this catch can fits on anything. It's kind of like customizable. It just has 2 long hoses and 1 vent to atmosphere catch can, and you mount it on whatever the hell you want. Slow 99 Blue a couple of times. Cobra Engineering. What's up, Cobra Engineering? He sells stuff for GT500s and Cobras, obviously because of the name. Rhino Taste Speaks. Johnny Shots, Knowledge Shift Connor, Joshua Ramos, and all the usual suspects. Matt Jones. Okay, let's go ahead and do the giveaway right now. So when you went on the giveaway page, what I asked people is to post your car and then let the people vote on it, meaning whether it's a reaction emoji or whatever. And it doesn't necessarily mean the most reactions wins. I just want to see who is actually looking out and doing, looking out for the people down there. So we're giving away a upper control arm and mount, and we're giving away lower control arms. Now, you're going to have to get your own relocation brackets, but it was a clear-cut winner pretty quickly. Now, there are 2 guys that really caught everyone's attention here. One of them, both of them are Boss 302s. Apparently, I have a shitload of Gen 1 guys. Like, that's probably 2-to-1 Gen 1 guys that fucks with the Emery. But this one was one of them that was in the running. This was Grandpa's race car. He posted it, got 13 reactions. People loved it. But I ended up going with Mr. another Boss 302 guy. That's right. We got Jasso 50, another 13 reactions, but The guy posted later on that the car got delivered to his house and he is already excited, ready to get after it. So he is already buying parts. He has a white nut. He has a white Fox body. So Jasso 50, congratulations. You win the upper control arm and mount and the lower control arms for your S197. Compliments of UPR. Well, not really compliments. I bought them. So by me buying them, you win. So Jasso 5.0, congratulations. You win. Send me a PM on Patreon and we will get you the control arms. Congratulations, brother. Good for you. Now we can get that Boss 302 a little tightened up in the back, and he's already buying mods and shit. He got it delivered today, so he's extremely happy. Now, when it comes to the S550 game, a lot of you were there. A lot of you were just showing up and putting your cards. But look at the amount of Boss 302s that are in there. Just crazy, crazy. But not as many S550s, but one of them stuck out. And it did get the most amount of reactions. So the S550 winner gets the following. Gets the adjustable sway bar link. I didn't even know this was a thing. So I said, you know what? Let me get that. I bought that from UPR. And I also bought a very popular item, which is the vertical links for the rear, made out of billet for 15 to modern Mustang. So this and this is going to the winner, and the guy that won it got a decent amount of reactions, but more than anything, the car sits beautifully. He says, this was a divorce present to myself, and that struck me. I went, good for him, because he's starting a new, path, divorce, got a new Gen 3, sitting on really nice Ford Star wheels, I think. Says, slow ____. My divorce present, Steeda Magna Ride Springs, it's all it's got. Brother, PM me. Congratulations, you win the vertical links and the adjustable sway bar ends. So congratulations, beautiful car. Congratulations on the divorce, because sometimes that's to be celebrated as much as anything else. So congratulations, Jasso and Slow __. You both need to PM me and you both win. Congratulations. Thank you very much for being part of the giveaway on Patreon, because I wanted to make sure I gave you guys specific giveaways on Patreon, and there's a giveaway chat. So if you do become a Patreon subscriber, you will go there and you will be eligible just because you're there. Both of those guys have been members for well over a year. I checked that they were members. They didn't just sign up a couple days ago. They've been a member for at least a year, each of them. So congratulations to Jasso and Slow __. So congratulations. And I'll be giving the catch can away at 9 o'clock. Okay, let's get after it. Let's talk about what the show is about. So if you go to Facebook, apparently I changed this. So if you go to Granis Racing on Facebook, he posted something that was really interesting. Let me see what's going on here. John messaged me. He's probably mad at somebody. So I'm just yeah, exactly. John had an interesting back and forth with a customer today. So this is really interesting. Check it out. It is a T-56. I'm trying to highlight it here. Boom, here it is. Boom. Need a producer. GranisRacing.com introduces a 19 and up Ford Mustang Tremec Magnum XL 6-speed transmission kit, TUKT 19778. Now this one, the new Ford Magnum XL with a gear position sensor. Tremec is excited to release a new Magnum XL with a gear position sensor for 2019 and up Mustang. The kit will also come with Tremec's new aluminum bell housing. The new kit will allow customers to replace their current MT82 with a Magnum XL and retain rev matching and backup camera functionality. Huge for the people that want a almost bulletproof transmission and retain all of the factory nannies. That will make Gen 3s 19 to 2023 extremely desirable, so you don't have to deal with, aftermarket builders and them giving you bullshit. You're dealing with Tremec. Okay, so then you can send this transmission off to badass builders like Tick and Granis and others, and you can get built versions of that and retain a lot of the stock stuff. The new kit will allow customers to replace. Okay, however, the gear position parameters in the ECU need to be updated via a RTD device. We'll see about that for the Magnum XL gear position locations. These parameters are available to change. Sure. Yeah, right. They are expected to be available early July 2026. Don't worry. I think we're going to be able to figure that out. The Ford close ratio Magnum conversion kit has 266 first and the typical gear ratios for a 266 first, rated for 700 foot-pound of torque, 26 spline input, 31 output, 1-year warranty. So they give you all the specs. So basically, congratulations to Tremec for actually offering something. And I think a lot of people need to realize that the Gen 3 is going to be really desirable for a couple of reasons, right? If you're going to build a 10R80, let's say you really want to fuck with Gen 3 for whatever reason, usually forgot to weigh in 418, good for you, 418, sub 420. That means you have lost 40 pounds just by being accountable to the Amri. Congratulations. So what ends up happening is a lot of you will get a 10R80 Mustang because you give in to the hype. And then at the end of the day, you end up replacing the transmission, not once, not twice, but you're like, oh my God, I'm $8,000, $9,000 in. That's like 3/4 of the way to being a Billy Badass built Turbo 400. I'm saying reed case, billet everything, billet pump, billet everything. So you're like, why didn't I just go there? Because if you're drag racing or even roll racing, look at Cameron. Cameron, I think Fisher, I think's his last name. He went 200 miles an hour in the roll race. It wasn't a 10R80. Like the 10R80 isn't really, let's just be honest, a serious racing transmission when it comes to serious racers. They end up with a Turbo 400. So I think you should do something similar. But let's take it to the nth degree, right? Let's say you buy a manual Gen 3 and then you upgrade the transmission and all this stuff. Typically, that's the easiest one to convert over to Turbo 400. Because I've seen many guys, let's say they buy a Whipple, they buy an E-Force, they buy a centrifugal, and they get after it. And then after the transmission breaks a couple of times, they end up with a 400 anyway, with a really loose converter or something from PTC. By the way, PTC should be selling 6R80 converters left and right. ProTorque should be just selling the shit out of 6R80 converters because there's a huge vacuum in the 6R80 world of like reliable, badass converters. Nothing against Circle D. They make very good converters. But we're talking big power 6R80 stuff. I think you're going to have to go with ProTorque stuff because look at the Lunds. They've literally never had an issue with the converter, like ever. Transmissions have blown left and right, but the converter has always been tried and true. So when you have a Gen 3, you're going to have to make a decision. If I buy a manual one, have my fun with a blower or turbo, I'm just going to throw a 400 in it. But now you have the option of going, okay, MT82, and the moment it breaks, don't even bother building it. Just buy a Tremec. Because by the time you build an MT82, you're going to have to buy a new clutch anyway. Yeah, you'll save money on the shifter. And I used to advocate for the opposite. But this is before Tremec started saying we have a way of retaining DSRM, downshift rev match, and the backup camera. So you have stock style functionality with a Tremec in the car, which is so badass because you know, in terms of power, this sucker is going to take a lot of power. Sure, you can break anything. Okay, you can break anything. T-56 is not indestructible. If you're making over 1,000, you're going to have issues with any transmission that's behind that car. But the fact of the matter is, if you have the option to have all of your nannies and to have access to the best transmission on the planet, I think it's a great thing that Granis is pushing this out there for the Mustang guys. And it'll have a bit of a push for 15 to 23 Mustang people. Now, I'm not a big fan of 21, 22, 23. I still think 19 to 20 is cream of the crop. And why? Because of access. And they're not COVID cars. 21, 22, 23. As a matter of fact, 21 is slightly different than 22, 23 when it comes to like oil pressure configuration. The tune will flash, but it'll throw like an oil light. So you have to like figure that whole situation out. So 21 is its own year. So to me, that's like a super duper COVID car. 22, 23, but the refinement and the better one, in my opinion, is 1920. And that's the one to get. Just like I thought 15 to 17 were the best of all of the newer gen cars, if you're going to stick to Gen 3, because they do make more power NA and they do have a slightly better motor and they're pretty beefy. I'm just not a fan of the DI and I'm not a fan of the 10R80. Now that they have access to Tremec stuff, I think that's going to be very interesting if you can retain all of the nannies and be a happy cat. So be on the lookout for that releasing. I think it'll be a great thing. And finally, we'll talk about something that Billet Pro Shops put out there as a question. You know, they do engagement posts and that's fine. Nothing wrong with doing Billet Pro Shop. Pro Shop. Come on, just why does it make me click twice? Like two, computers should just know what you want to do instead of like the other day an update fixed something it fucked over. Like Windows is awesome for updating your computer and fucking up functionality. And then when you think you got to fix it with some other programming, they send another update to fix what they previously fucked up. And you know what it is? It's like a reversion of something stupid. So this question was posed by Billet Pro Shops on their Facebook page. And I thought it was very interesting to highlight. If you had to build one engine combo and keep it for years, what are you choosing? The Coyote, the Godzilla, the small block Ford, or the big block Chevy? No wrong answers, maybe. Now, obviously, people went in there and started saying, 4.9 Hemi. Again, we're talking years. Big block Ford, twin turbo, Coyote, small block Ford, Zilla, which is okay. But this is what I said. BBC, big block Chevy. Because, as you said, years, not 50 passes. And you know what? To their credit, touche, he says. Touche. This is going to be an interesting thing because a lot of people need to realize that if you want to keep a combo for many years, not say be the best, but be a combo for many years, big block Chevy is it. So you can make a 7-second Coyote last for a couple of seasons. Let's say you get a stage 3 FFRE motor. And again, I have no dog in this fight because FFRE doesn't provide me anything. They're just, we just like their product, right? I personally, oh my God, what the hell just happened? I think I just like deleted everything. Jesus Christ. I got to go back in here and open everything up. I like their products because the Lunds trust their product. The Lunds like their product. At the end of the day, they make a very good product. But if we're talking, if you're going to have an engine combo to last years, well, it's going to be the big block Chevy. It's just plain and simple, because if you are fooling yourself thinking that you have a stage 3 FFRE Coyote that's going to last you for 3 or 4 years, even though it'll last you a long time, I don't think it'll last you for many years. I think it'll be one of those things that you're going to have to go, well, I'm going to have to freshen it up every season, or at least send it in to make sure everything's honky-dory. Now, I'm sure there are people out there that are going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. My FFRE motor lasted 17 years. Right. You drove it twice in 2025 and you took it to a test and tune once. So technically, yeah, it can last you forever if you let it sit, in your garage. So in my opinion, there is no real question. If you want a motor to last you for many, many years, a big block Chevy is going to be it. The availability, the parts, the durability, the aftermarket support is ridiculous. And you can build a 750 to a 690 motor, and that thing can last you for many years because you're not limited by class, weight, or turbo size. If the goal is, I just want to build a car to run 690s to 750s like it's its job, I'm not going to choose a Coyote to do that, because the only reason I would choose a Coyote is to either push my business that is Coyote related or get some kind of notoriety in the Coyote realm. But all things being equal, and I don't care, yeah, a big block Chevy, done. Building a Godzilla, that again, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I don't think the aftermarket is that great on Godzilla yet, as compared to small block Ford, small block Chevy, big block Chevy. So that's all there. So there you go. Just talk a little bit about that. At 9 o'clock, we'll do a giveaway and we'll get after it. Ray says, just finished TDC. I'll catch a replay to work tomorrow. Why is 2020 the best year for a Mustang GT? Boy, without getting into the weeds, you guys probably hear me say that and you go, you need to explain it to me like I'm Corky from Life Goes On. And no, I don't need to explain anything to you. You either believe me or you don't. You either look at me and say, Alex, based on your 10 years experience and you've owned the platform, again, guys, go ahead and go out there and find other tuners that have owned almost every Coyote platform there has been. The only one I have not owned is the Voodoo and the Boss. But I've owned everything else, right? So you could take my word and go, okay, based on what he's saying, he sees it every day. I believe him. I'm going to ride out with that because have I steered you guys wrong? Have I ever steered you guys in the wrong direction? Have I ever said something so out of pocket that I was so deadly wrong in that you guys were like, I cannot believe I listened to Alex when it came time to buying this product that he said was good? Now, I don't fuck with certain transmission people. I don't fuck with certain parts. But at the end of the day, I didn't go out of my way to say they're badass, get it. I would say you save money. You can get the T-56. You'll save money with doing this. But now that there's badass options, I don't think there's much argument to be made there. But at the end of the day, you either believe me or you don't. And you're either a believer in the show and believe what I say based on my experience. But I don't have to explain why. Let's just say access. Access. That's all you need to hear. 10R wasn't for the hype. For me, it was for me how bad the MTD2 drove because of the ratios. Joshua, brother, keep it up. Hard work. Have anyone ever did a 10R80 in a lighter Gen 1? Yes, but it doesn't matter. It's a power thing. Like, you guys need to realize 3,000 pounds is heavy for a race car. Like, maybe you guys think 3,500 pounds is light. No, 3,500 pounds is fucking heavy. Okay, the Corvette's 3,400. The S5, both of my S197s are 3,500. I weighed Collier and it was like 3,670, with me in it. And that car runs 9.1, has gone 8s in the past, but with me it was 9.1 on ethanol R1, which makes me think I either need to change the fuel or just raise the two-step on a good track so that could cut a low 1.2 or a mid 1.2 and get that 880 back in there. But 3,000 pounds is heavy. So if you get a Gen 1 that weighs 3,500 pounds and you shove 1,000 horsepower through a 10R80, it's not going to magically just like last for years. It's still the problem. Yeah, good. Fuck it. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'm done being loyal to people that think I owe them something. You know what I mean? Like if anything, I've been a net positive for those people. And if you were to put in dollar amounts, the amount of people I funneled to places, they owe me like ridiculous amount of money. Microsoft makes Whipples. That's funny. What's worse, an LS or Godzilla swap Fox? Boy, you're hitting on a subject matter that's gonna potentially materialize. An LS swapped Fox is worse. An LS swapped Fox is worse because if you were to be brand loyal, at least the Godzilla's a Ford. Now, my issue with the Godzilla, mainly, it's not the cubic inches, it's not anything. It's mostly what you have to do to get it to run in a car. And then what you get for that kind of money. Now, I know you guys are going to say, but Alex, if you're talking about money, nothing's cheaper than an LS. I understand. You're not going to get an argument from me. If you want to make cheap power, set a heads cam on a stock bottom end 6.0, and Holly Haram or whatever the hell intake, the thing will probably bust off low 8s, high 7s like it's its job, but it's not what I want to do. It's LS stuff. So again, when you open the hood of a car, are you impressed with what you see? And you go, I don't care. I understand, but I care. So if I was to open the hood of a Godzilla equipped Fox body, I'd go, out of all the options that you had, you got that. But I don't hate it because I think it's gay. I hate it because you could have put a Coyote in there if you were going to spend that kind of money. Now, if you want NA 500 or 600 horsepower, yeah, get yourself a Godzilla. But you're going to have to pay a lot of money for the front cover. You're going to have to pay a lot of money for the oil pan and the induction and the tuning and all this stuff. So this is the only way I personally would swap a Godzilla in a car if it made sense for the money. So in front of me, let's say I have a 408 Windsor, right? Carburetor, distributor, throw it in for like a good one, $8,000 to $10,000 because let's be honest, Ford stuff is expensive. Cool. If for similar money, I can put a Godzilla in there, but the problem is they're all fuel injected. They all require tuning. They all require injectors. They're VCT. They're this, they're that. And then I'm going to end up with a 400 horsepower car that needs tuning. And I don't want that, especially in a Fox body. In a Fox body, to me, the allure of an old motor is the option to throw a carb, a dizzy, and a fucking intake on it and just live a happy life with a Holly Blue. But you can't do that with a Godzilla. So if I can configure an LS that way, I can configure a small block Ford, big block Chevy, big block Ford that way. I cannot configure a Godzilla that way. So if I'm able to configure a Godzilla like I'm able to configure everything else, it's open for conversation. And there you go. I wish you were wrong, but something about those iron block engines that do take a lot of abuse. Losing Sherrod is huge in the small business market. What are you talking about? MGW's the shit. What are we talking about Sherrod? What's going on here? What are we seeing? Is someone saying something about who is Sherrod? Probably Godzilla. Computers should know what you're doing. They will when they mandatory implant. Give me the implant. These goofies out there, I don't want no one shoving an implant in my brain. Give me the implant. Because if I have access to information in 0.0001 seconds, boom, I'm a better human. Give me the fake arm. Again, I want to be Will Smith with a complete left arm that's fake that I can just punch people and they explode. I want to live in the future. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting flying cars. We're getting implants. We're going to get robo-dicks. We're going to get robussies. Okay, could you imagine what a robussie and just a constant wet button is going to be like? Stop it. Stop living in the fucking past, okay? Because if you live in the past that much, just get a fucking horse and stop driving cars around. Give me the implant. Give me all that shit. Fuck it. I used to think Turbo 400 wouldn't be good for the street, but I think the crazy levels of horsepower and torque these days, you can still get away with just the 3 gears on a low diff gear like 273, 315, 331, or you can do a gear vendor's overdrive and be a happy cat. Is this a question of being overbuilt for power? Is it a question of being overbuilt for the power application? Don't know what you're talking about. How about Sherrod leaving UPR tonight? They're not going to suffer at all. He's a good guy, but UPR is configured in such a way that, like, I don't look at UPR and I think Sherrod. I look at UPR and I think Joe and Mark. Like, that's what I think. Even though he was good at it, I don't think they're going to hurt at all. I think in the social media world, they might hurt a little bit. But to be honest with you, UPR does not have a huge social media following. And they got me. Like, hey, UPR, what do you want to do? You want to promote a product? Send it my way. The Amory will promote it. We'll push it out there. In a modern age of social media influence, you don't need UPR. You don't even need to hire anybody. All you need to do is get with certain influencers that you feel can push a product well. And then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, we're okay. And again, nothing against him. I'm just saying in the modern way of dealing with social media, guys, you guys think certain companies are massive. You guys, just based on the social media interactions of certain companies, think the companies are massive. Meanwhile, they're like a one bay, no warehouse, drop shipping company. But the allure and the social media influence of those companies makes you think they're bigger. So all UPR has to do is say, hey, Alex, we want to push breather caps. I'm like, well, we'll see. But I'm leery about the check valve. But what do you want it to do? I'll give you 3 of them. You give them away to the Amory. Amory promotes. No problem. Real easy. So I think they'll be okay, and I hope Sherrod has good luck in his future ventures. But I think if UPR needs help on social media and promoting products, bro, just hit up the Amory, and we're good. Like just give the Amory shit. I don't want it. I don't want money. I don't want parts. Just, hey, I got a complete UPR front tubular Fox body conversion kit to give away, dude. And I'll tell the people this: share it. Share it on your social media, share it on your Instagram, share it everywhere. So I have like 3,000 people here and 1,000 people on Patreon, and they'll just flood your social media with UPR stuff. No problem. Easy peasy. We have that power. I don't think it's disbelief. I think it's observation. Trust but verify. But I trust you that the 20GT is the best, but I want to know why to understand how you think. I don't know about that other guy. For me to tell you why it's better, I would be giving up company secrets. So you just have to trust me that if you want all the access, the best ability to tune the car, 2019 to 2020 Gen 3s are king. Think about it. Why did Lund make their race car, which is a Gen 1, it's a 2011 Mustang. Why did they convert it to Gen 2? Think about that. Why did the best tuner on the planet when it comes to the Ford Coyote game, it's not even close. I couldn't believe today I was tuning NA Gen 2s again. I'm like, where the hell did he... There's still Gen 2s to be tuned? I had like 10 new tunes in my list on a Tuesday. I was like, where are you guys? And I'm one of 5 tuners. I'm blown away that I got NA tunes in my ticket system. So people are getting the word out there. And again, that's another great example. The Lunds don't need to advertise. The Lunds literally don't pay to advertise. John posts something here, posts something there, but this channel goes, yo, we got this, we got LRX, we got, we push, we the Amory are basically the pseudo advertising firm for Lund Racing. Been enjoying the GT500 Life, says Coyote Austin, so far. Just trying to fill it with gas. Watched it and been super pleasant so far. Not trying the fastest, just enjoy a beautiful machine. Savage Mustang Media says, out of your experience, what's the max effort power you would push 10R80 before you start experiencing failure or major issues with that transmission? Close to 800. Anything after that, it just becomes a problem. Anything after like 800, you're just going to start experiencing issues. Got a customer today with a BL Fab kit, and like the moment it went into boost, it started shifting like shit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to rebuild the tune. I'm going to rebuild it from scratch because this is the transmission side of things doesn't change. You need to understand, like, what's the difference between a Hellion kit and like a single turbo BL Fab kit? And let's say both cars are performance package 10R80 cars. Probably the MAF curve and maybe some O2 delay stuff. But nothing in the transmission is different in the calibration. So if I send out 4 tunes and 3 are Paxton, Hellion, Midnight, and then the BL Fab one starts to run like shit, I'm going to say, well, there's something wrong with the car. Not necessarily that, but I will go out of my way to vet it by rebuilding the tune, making sure that the data log looks good. Are there any pending codes? No. It's shifting where it's commanded, but you feel it's herky-jerky? Yes. Tell me about the O2 situation. Tell me about the MAF situation. Did you take the manifold off? Are there any DI leaks? Then you have to start vetting all of the stuff, and you end up finding something that's off mechanically, almost 10 times out of 10, than the tune itself. So, yeah, I don't know how I got off that whole situation. A built small block feder is better than a Godzilla. Yeah, but okay. Godzillas can make good power NA, but like, for how much money? And again, let's say you had a budget. Let's talk about that. And LS is not even in the conversation because you're a straight male. And you have the ability to get mild small block Fords versus mild Godzillas. Let's be honest here. A mildly built Godzilla, because of displacement, can probably make 500 wheel. A mildly built small block Ford makes about 350 wheel, right? But the price is the biggest issue, and the fitment. All things being equal, guys, answer this question. All things being equal, if both engines cost the same to install in a car, would you get the one that makes 500 NA on pump gas? Or would you get the one that makes 350 NA on pump gas? And they cost about the same. That's the problem. That's the Godzilla problem, is the cost and the fitment. But if fitment wasn't an issue, price was similar, you're going to get the one that makes the most power. The problem is it is heavy. It's big and heavy. But it's one of those questions that you need to be really thought about. I talk shit about it because a lot of people think it was replacing the Coyote. And I would say, shut your mouth. The Coyote, it's in a league of its own. The competitor to the Godzilla are big block Ford, Chevy, and small block Ford, Chevy. That's the competitor. For the low, you would Godzilla. For the low, would you Godzilla the Fairmont? I mean, the only way I'd do that if it was like helping a friend. You know what I mean? Like if it was helping a friend that's like, hey, I did something that makes fitment easy. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not buying anything, but I have a chassis, but I wouldn't buy it. No way. What if I'm a fleet guy and want a bulletproof 6.0 long-term use? Don't know what you're talking about. I hate to ask this, but I've been out of the game for a bit. I saw Lund has SCT device on the website again. Do they offer tuning with SCT again, or is it old products? We have tuning available with SCT. Remember we talked about SCT? Remember we talked about them during that era? Those of you that have like been around for a while, you remember the SCT era. But then they came around. They had turnover. They had a bunch of people leave. A bunch of people left, got fired, and they got new management in there. And they're like, what do we need to do to get you guys in our good graces? And then, there was a list of demands, and bada bing, bada boom. Here we are. They have carb setups for Godzillas now, I believe. Show me where. Show me 87 Mustang, a carbureted intake setup for a Godzilla. Wait a minute. Then how do you fire the coils? Mark of the Beast. Alex, what if the brain implant has a pop-up? Yeah, then rip it out of my head. If they start putting advertisements in my head, I rip it out of my head. Have you seen those new quad pumped fuel systems? Isn't that a bit of an overkill for LOL? I don't know. Alex going to have an N-gauge on his wrist. Today's generation is more concerned about the combo they're racing against than focusing on their own. Implant could probably give blind people sight and deaf people ability to hear. Nothing wrong with advancement. I'm blown away that people are mad that Neuralink is a thing. Think about it. Right now, when you're in the middle of an argument with somebody and you wanna verify you're right, what do? Right? If you're in the middle of an argument with somebody and you're like, oh yeah, you go to this. And by the time you unlock your screen, go to Google or Grok or ChatGPT or whatever, type in the verification, hit enter. Imagine in your brain, you go, boom. And this is where I got that information. And it's came out in this study, in this book, in this article in 2022. No. I love the people that say, I don't want to microchip in my brain, but you have a whole computer in your pocket and around you in a 5 foot radius right now. Everyone right now. How far is your phone from your hand? How far does the phone get from your hand in the course of a day? It probably doesn't get further than 5 feet. Every day for the rest of your life, you have this next to you. Put it in your brain. Shut the fuck up. I thought my 19 Bullet, I bought my 19 Bullet. Someone T-boned my 03 Cobra because you said 1920 was the best. And now I'm a believer. Thanks. Now you have the ability to put a Tremec with downshift rev matching in it if the parameters become available. Something tells me they're going to become available. We do it already. We do it already for built transmissions with different gear ratios. How do we know that? I vetted it. It ended up in my car. My car was the first to have it. We changed the tuning to allow the downshift rev matching to work properly with the tune. I did this in 2019. With how much you praise the Gen 2s, Alex, they're going to be hard to get clean Google. No, I think you're okay. There's plenty of them out there. Speaking of Alex's recommendations, random, but dude featured a Sunjo pressure washer a while back. I bought one. Might be one of the best things I spent money on. Dad's Ellis Swap's Fox blew up, trying to talk him to Coyote, but he said he refuses to go backwards. Backwards? Boy, he has no idea of the RPM capability of the Coyotes. What was the weak link on my 22 with MT82? Bolt on going Sentry next month. What's the weak link with my 22 with MT82? Not much. Honestly, it's manual's fine. The fucking 10R80s are the issue. I hate them. Because he's afraid of my Whipple 23 Mach. Okay. Got it. Alex, friend of mine is selling his some pretty new drag radials. Will they rub on my 2011 GT? Bro, come on. Let's get back to old school shit and trying stuff. Try them on and see if they rub. Like, you want easy, Googleable. Alex, will 305, 315, 5017s fit on my car? Depends on the offset. Depends on the wheel. Depends on how low your car sits. Depends on many factors. This is off topic, but if money was not an issue, what's the dream daily build? The dream daily build is a daily. Guys, what is a daily? Tell me what a daily is. Every day, you use it as your main vehicle. Every day, you use it as your main vehicle. And it's fast as shit. It's usable, preferably a 4-door. right? Because you're not going to daily a performance package GT. You're not going to daily a 10R80, blower car. No, that's not. You're talking about comfort. You're talking about power. You're talking about usability. That's a Model S Plaid. $55,000. Alex, you're gay. Cool. 940s, 4-door, 350 to 400 mile range. Beat that with your build. 50. Okay. Me personally, I'd rather build the motor than swap it to a Godzilla. If I'm swapping, it would be a Coyote. Thoughts on the Holley intake for Coyotes and ain't boosted? I don't like any Holley products because they don't perform any better than Ford OEM 18 manifolds. You have Ford Racing Cobra Jet manifolds. You have Boss 302 manifolds. 1320 Junkie has boost-proof Boss 302 manifolds, and the 2018 Mustang manifold has made like 1,400 horsepower. Why the fuck would you buy a Holley product? Like in any realm, why would you buy a Holley product potentially made out of metal when an 18 manifold boost-proof Boss or a Cobra Jet is a thing? This is not Chevy. We're not in the Chevy world where everything is Holley. There is nothing Chevy made stock in terms of NA, unless it came in an already performance vehicle that you could swap into an older vehicle and make big performance gains. The 18 manifold is badass. The Boss manifold, badass. The GT350 manifold is badass. Don't talk to me about Holley products. No, thank you. Alex, you know the world is changing when you see a Coyote 1982 Camaro with a giant-ass turbo. They were doing drag racing at a NASCAR pit stop. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Love you. You must think I know everything that's going on out there. There's no such thing as a 7-second race engine that'll last 4 years and years. Yes, Eyesore Aston, a well-built big block Chevy. Abso-freaking-lutely. A well-built big block Chevy will last you seasons. Seasons and 7 seconds ain't shit no more. It's 1,400 wheel on a 3,100 pound car. 790. You ain't gonna blow a head gasket. It doesn't require 30 pounds of boost on a big block. No way. 790 on a 3,100 pound car with a big block Chevy that's overbuilt for the purpose. Years and years without a problem. Crazy what can happen when with SET when Fear the Bankruptcy is at their door and Lund is across the street offering a hand. It is pretty crazy. What are these badges next to your names? I see badges. Oh, moderator. Got it. I was like, why are these things here? Don Bean says, I've heard the turbos on the On3 kits are not the greatest. Why are you looking at On3 kits? Don, why are you looking at On3 kits? Now, I understand the China problem. I'm not stupid. I understand the China problem. There are parts that are coming from China that the quality is pretty good. On3 is not one of them. Literally not. Okay? Based on my experience, I can have the same part number in a car tuned 5 different ways. Let's say I have 5 Mustangs. 5 of them have the same part number On3 kit. They all have ID 1050Xs. They all have E85. They will all need different tweaks. Well, Alex, that's how it's supposed to be. Every car tunes differently. Okay, then how come when I put Whipple kits on the same car, let's say I have 10 Gen 1 Mustangs, I put a Whipple blower on it with a 132 throttle body, the 123 cold air, 1050Xs, return fuel system E85, that same tune will act the same on all 10 vehicles, given that there are no mechanical issues like bad O2s or something like that. On3, no. It'll act different on every fucking car. Why? Because the build quality fucking sucks. Okay? Now, do they make power? Of course they make power. Any turbo makes power. Wide open throttle, anything makes power. But then you're going to start complaining about the idling. Like, there are people right now building NA combos, and they're like, look at me, my NA combo made 520 rear wheel horsepower. But then when you look in the thread, it drives like shit. So do you spend most of your time wide open throttle, or do you spend most of your time driving it under 5,000 RPMs? Driving it under 5,000 RPMs. How does it perform there? Like shit. They blame the tune. I blame the build quality, the math position, the O2 position, the materials they used to make it. So don't talk to me about On3 products or mostly China-made products. I'm always used to SET stuff on builds. I'm not saying that it's better than others, but it's what I'm used to and I'm pretty simple to use. Yeah, SET's fine. I'm not anti-SET. I used to be when they had the previous regime, but now they've come around. They seem to be on point, and we're selling a lot of the stuff. Stock car for a daily. Why would you daily your race car? Exactly. Tesla Plaid. Exactly. A Tesla Model S Plaid is the daily. That's the daily. There is no argument. That is the daily. Not a BMW, but saw a brand new M5 wagon the other day, and it would be a sick daily. No, it wouldn't. Stupid. Because you're not going to do anything to that is daily-like. That car's like a performance car that's pretty. You're not going to... Daily cars have scratches all over them. Daily cars have dirty wheels because they don't get washed for 2 weeks. Like, daily cars... the fact that you say daily is because you're going to use and abuse them. You're not going to treat it as a show car because that's why you have the show car and the toy. So when you say, Alex, which car would you daily? A fucking Model S Plaid. Wild West Stacker, you must not be a watcher of the show. OG Holly Haram guy here. That motherfucker weighs 80 pounds. Glad it's off. I wish Ford had blown Coyote sedan to be competition for the Cadillac CT5V and Blackwing. The thing is, no one was buying them. Ford was making performance sedans, but the problem is they were making them in Australia, and they were the absolute ugliest cars you have ever seen on the planet. And a lot of you Ford people, I think, have a psychosis when you look at the Australian Falcon and thought, oh my God, that would do so well here. Remember when you guys said, oh my God, what the fuck was the GTO? What was the GTO called in Australia? And then it came here and it fucking sucked. The G8 came here, fucking sucked. The SS came here, fucking sucked. Nobody cares. They stopped buying that car. I don't always want loud cars, so yeah, a Plaid with self-drive would be nice. Otherwise, a CTSV or a Trackhawk. Trackhawk? Fuck out of here. A well-built big block will sneeze. Exactly, Cody Lewis. A well-built big block will sneeze and go sevens like it's its job. Again, a lot of the people that you see talk highly about a certain combo is because they want to fit a certain class. So they'll say, well, is it ultra legal? Is it X275 legal? Is it? But if you don't care and you're not limiting yourself by class or turbo size, I will build a car that is not legal to run in the Extreme 275 class at TX2K because of its turbo size and engine size, but it goes sevens like it's its job. I can drive it home, stop, get a slushie, and just idle my way to the house because it's severely overbuilt for what I'm doing. Listen to replays every morning. Best channel on YouTube. I appreciate that very much. Ian, Martha. Chinesium, 2 weeks. Try 2 months. 2 years. Toyota Camry. Hola, Alejandro. ¿Vendrías a Perú para tunear? Hell no. ¿Perú? ¿Pa qué carajo yo? ¿Perú? Eso lo hacemos por la internet. Mira, ve para lonracing.com, llena la orden, dile, mira, quiero hablar con Alejandro porque sabe español, y te mando un mapa y da así. Yo no tengo que viajar para Perú. Dale, coño, me tiene que pagar como $40,000 para yo salir de mi casa a ir para Perú para tunear un... ¿Estás loco? Shit. There. He got some personalized shit talking. I just bought a Model X P100D. You're so right about dailies. Truck dirty as fuck because my workhorse daily is 50 miles per gallon. I like how people say, what would you build for a daily? What? A piece of junk. It's gonna get rock chips. It's gonna get truck grease on it. It's gonna get bubblegum, bird shit, and leaves. I'm gonna build a car to daily it? No, I'm gonna buy something that's a good daily. Crazy. I just purchased a 350R model, 2020, but has extremely low miles. So I want to get a daily driver. Should I just get a base? Should I get a base 350 and save a little money? Is it worth it? Bro, buy the R, drive it on the weekends, and buy a fucking Camry. Buy a Honda Accord, a base 350. Stop. Holden Monaro. Yeah, a Holden. Remember those awesome sedans that went nowhere here? They were hot for a little while, but they got discontinued for a reason. They weren't selling that good. Commodore, Holden Monaro, Commodore Monaro. It was basically 03 Camaro, Holden Commodore, El Camino. Maybe if they made Lincoln Continental decent looking and put a blower on it. Check. There it is. Weird. It said USB device not recognized, and then it went away. Of course. Subtitles, please. What the fuck? You're Mexican? Here we go. Talking shit in Espanol. Yeah, exactly. You don't fuck with the Air Sapphire? Oh, yeah. A $250,000 car. Bumble swipes in Peru. This guy wants me to go here, guys. ¿Quiere venir a Perú a tunear mi carro? Dude, it's below the equator. Dude, isn't it snowing over there right now? Isn't it snowing? Peru. He wants me to go to Peru to tune an S650. There's a thing called, I'm going to go to Machu Picchu while I'm at it. You know what? I changed my mind. I want to go to Machu Picchu and do a new Bumble Pro. Peru. Tu estás loco. I'm here, papi. Chilling. Yeah, Grand Lake Chinese. Yeah. Peru, he said. No, I don't want to go to Peru. Internet. Vese para la internet y la internet hacemos un mapa and that's it. We'll tune it over the internet. Fuck no, I'm not going to Peru. Crazy? I'm not going to go to Georgia to tune a car. Hell, I'm not going to go to West Palm Beach to tune a car. I'm staying home. Base 250 is not a good daily. Ask me how I know. Daily whatever Turvey drives. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. This is a great point. He made an absolutely wonderful point. When you're thinking about a daily, you shouldn't be building a daily. You should be buying a daily, okay? So, when you think of a daily, it's something that's gonna get fucked up. So, yeah, this is what you should be getting for a fucking daily.
All right, what's going on, everyone?
Yo, can someone do a health and wellness check on this kid? I don't know. Is he okay? Like, I got the Corvette started before he got his headers done. Let me see. He's showing the wheels. He is 5'5". Look at how low he sits in that thing. He is 5'5". Let me see if we see the. Look at all the change. Look at all the chain pennies. Didn't they discontinue pennies? You still got pennies in that fucking thing? He's showing you. What the fuck's his piece of shit? Let me see. Look at his nasty little fingers. There you go. There. That's your daily. Oh my God, the camera angle. That's your daily. Could you imagine he took that camera angle? He's like, yep, that's the one I'm going to use. The one looking at the sky. Wait, did he put it on the limiter? Did he put it on the fucking limiter? This fucking guy? He put it on the limiter, guys.
What I did for the exhaust.
What'd you do for this? Again, this is a daily.
I cut the tip off, or the tailpipe off. It's dumped right here, and it's catless with a 26-inch cherry bomb glass pack.
Jesus Christ. That's your daily, okay? So when you say, Alex, what would you daily for that? I daily a V6 piece of shit with a cherry bomb turbo muffler. Because if somebody T-boned me, I wouldn't give a shit. I like the shits given would be negative, you know? Yo lo tunea John Nardi Delon. Pensé que tunearlo en persona es mejor. No way. Tuning in person is not better than tuning on the internet. The difference is I'm there. And it's going to cost you $8,000 more. So, yeah, no, it's not better to tune in person. Awesome. Tow mirrors, right. Yep, Focus ST or RS if we can swing the RS Fiesta there. So fun. My daily is a 2010 Honda Accord. The oil rig job, put him through some shit. Turvey can vote, by the way. That should be changed. I think I used to own property twice. So technically, I owned property at one point, but I not anymore. 5'5" with shoes and a hat on. Remind me of a guy at a trade school. They were 10 years into a 4-year apprenticeship. V6 chip checking the daily. 2080 slip, 80% sky. Right. 2 bolts for the number 2 tattoo. He got fell axe. Daily, a Tremor F-150, 5.0 stock, and race, fuck around with the GT500. Oz Racing on a Chevy truck. Cherry bomb on the sticker on the side. I wouldn't daily a car without a muffler. Shit would drive me crazy. So when you think of a daily, guys, you wouldn't build a daily. You would buy a daily. And if I'm dailying something, it is a Model S Plaid. 4 doors, 350-mile range, 0 to 60 in the twos, quarter mile 9.4. But I don't have to use any of that. I could just get around town, get in and out. There's no starting it. I go near it, the door opens, and I just give the accelerator, and it's already on. Like, imagine getting in a car, boom, 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 and just pressing the accelerator, and it's going forward. You don't have to, like, turn it up. No, you don't have to find your keys. You just have phone in your pocket, get near it, get boom, boom. I might get one. I might have to get rid of Donnie because it's just sitting. But the problem is, it's got an ABS light. It's got a little leak I need to buy a new cowl thing because water gets through and the rug stinks. And I'm just like, I don't want to have a new person tell me, oh, it stinks. Just buy it as is. Get it out of my life. But Donnie's supposed to be interested in it, but I don't think the person, but I don't think he's going to buy it at all. And again, I'm not looking to sell it, but I should sell it because it just sits most of the time. But when I do drive it, it's so nice. Car drives really nice. Bro's name's Master Centra. The bolt is hanging by the last thread. My daily is a 16 Chevy Cruze Premier for $19,000 cash and gets 40 to 60 miles depending on how grandpa-ish I drive it. Giveaway time. Thank you. Giveaway time. Okay, so let's make sure we are up to date here. We press live chat. He wanted us to tune it in person because, he thought it needed it. It does not need it, brother. It just over the internet, it's an NA car. What am I going to do in person? Whatever. Okay, so let me get out of here so I can get the actual name. Here we go. I probably already did this, but we'll do it again. And again, guys, it has to be a member. It cannot be it cannot be just some small. And again, guys, do me a big fucking favor, please. If you want something, just sit this one out, okay? Just sit this one out if you want something, okay? If you want something this year, just sit this one out. Craig Walls, what's up, y'all? Taking a late for a like. Working on Moab, putting the finishing touches on it for the first race of the year. FOE. You must have some black crew members because you are becoming black. Nice. Okay, so what is Noonien Soon's wife's name? He ended up making a composite Android version of her when she died. And that's how Data found out he had a mother when he was working with her. She fell off this cliff and her arm came off. What is Noonien Soon's wife's name? Members only. I don't care if you answer it. As long as you're a member, I'm in. And again, please don't answer it unless you are a member. VMP Bear, Sully. Nope. Again, Noonien Soon's wife's name, who is Data's mother. And go Deanna Torres Tits, pretty close. Noonan, no. Distant Marla. Oh, 956 Oscar. That is so good. Noonien Soon's wife, Juliana, was killed by, I think, the crystalline entity. And Noonien ended up building an android that would sweat, would cry, would have emotions, would age. And Data found her and says, I'm your mom. And he's like, no way. So come to find out, I think the crystalline entity had killed her or maybe killed him. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it killed him. The crystalline entity I think it killed both of them because he built Juliana. So that's interesting. So yeah, Juliana Soon is Noonien Soon's wife. 956 Oscar, congratulations. Hit me up, ydbt4life@gmail.com. Congratulations. And you're a member. And this is what you won. So again, this was something that UPR actually gave the Amrit. This is a vent to atmosphere catch can from UPR. Very pretty, very nice, very nicely constructed. You can mount it everywhere. It's got a little mount here. You can kind of like configure this. You can put it in your truck. You can put it in your Gen 1, 2, 3. You can do whatever, or you can sell it. I don't care. But it comes with this, and it has 2 ports, and you have hoses in the kit, pre-configured and pre-cut. So this is literally plug and play. You get rid of the check valves. You get a high flow PCV, high flow PCV valve. You plug them in. You plug this in. You mount this somewhere on the side. Now you have a vent to atmosphere catch can. Compliments of UPR. Thank you, UPR, for they actually gave us this. But everything else, like the suspension components, I ended up buying. So I need 3 emails today. 956 Oscar and Jasso and slow triple underscore, and I have 3 items to ship tomorrow. This is like, it's a lot of work. Like, what I'm doing is like, name another channel that all you have to do is be a member, and you get free shit, free shirts, free everything, just because I want to pay back, because you guys really do offer me the ability to build badass shit. So exactly EPA Amory, vent to where? Vent to atmosphere, all the fumes, fuck it. So congratulations. The PBH dog, 4 doors more lore, Transbear, Marla, Juliet, Tainer, Nyothis, Amanda, Avalanche. No one really got it except him. Good for you, brother. Alex, do I need a retune? Questions incoming. No, I have the exact catch can in my car. Really easy to install and a nice product. Turvey's Chin is probably doing a great job catching the vapors already. I like mine, works well. That's a good looking catch can. I need one. How's the Shih Tzu? And yeah, so I think you guys need to recognize that this channel gets support from smaller companies, even though UPR is a good sized company. Joe is working with me directly. The owner, well, Mark is, they're both, Mark and Joe, in my opinion, it's like potato. They both do a good job. And Mark is like the main dude, the old man in the back. But Joe kind of like leads the product development, and he texts me a lot, said, hey, what do we need to do to get a blower in this truck? They let me borrow their truck. They have a 24 and up Mustang that they're looking to fuck with. I'd love to have Lund Racing tune it. They're going to put a Pro Charger in it. And again, I'm not going to tell them not to, because if they want to put a Pro Charger in, I'd love to tune it for them, through Lund Racing, of course. So we have a good relationship with UPR. So I just want you guys to patriate and just go there and support them, because they're going to eventually just help out the channel, and you guys are the beneficiaries of some of the giveaways, just free shit. And I also have one of those big tire, I have a banner. So I'll probably just randomly put that in one of the boxes for you guys, and it'll be a surprise. Cafeteria Christian. Oh, this guy, he's mixing both of them. Smash the bar. Alex, I installed window louvers. Do I need a retune? Yeah, so back on the 1920 stuff. See, the good thing about the Granis saying that there's 19 and up Tremec support is because a lot of people want to keep their manual. I personally wanted to keep the manual 19. The problem is I was going nowhere with that car. You know what? I was like a test mule, and I had a couple of transmission had to go in there. A couple of clutches went in there. And then I started getting to the point where I'm like, I don't want to be anybody's test mule for anything anymore, because I'm not getting anything out of it, even though you're getting a free transmission, but what you're paying for it. And then listen to this, guys. A lot of people use me to get to Lund. They try to anyway. They're like, well, I'm going to get in good with Alex, and then I'll get in good with Lund. And that has to stop. Eventually, you either fuck with the Amory or you don't. Because if you're using me to get to, to something else, then eventually we're just going to call it out and say, fuck you. But I think the Granis stuff, promoting the transmission stuff, I think is a great thing, because a lot of you would have kept your 19 manual instead of going turbo 400 if you had a race style oriented transmission. And not just that, you have Tremec. So now you have people that fuck with Tremec heavy. You have access to them. Tick and all the Bob Hanlon and all the other people that fuck with T-56 stuff, you have access to them if you want to make your car like a stick shift badass car. But a lot of people just shove the Turbo 400 in there and live the good life, which I totally understand. I wouldn't daily a car without a muffler. She would drive me crazy. Chip checking into daily, says Johnny Trans. Right, exactly. Done at the start of the show. Tay speaks. Got it. The sky looks better than the truck. You own property? Didn't know you were married, Alex. What? No, I owned 2 houses in Massachusetts. So a lot of people that talk shit about, like, they want me. See, what is your measurement of success, right? So a lot of people have a 3.2 in Oklahoma with a race car. They make $80,000 a year and they can afford that easily, right? And they're like, I am successful. Alex, I'm doing better than you. Okay, now take that $80,000, sell the house, and then move to Palm Beach County and show me how far $80,000 gets you in Palm Beach County. You can't even afford rent. Forget a house. Like, forget a house. You can't even afford rent. So then a lot of people that are like, you know, in other areas, Kansas, Michigan, Massachusetts, parts of Texas, they're like, oh my God, he's living in a 1-1. And I'm like, okay. In one of them is a 8-second S197. In another one, it's a 14 GT500. In another one, it's a Coyote Swap GT5 ZR1. So, you know, and then I have 2 other garages. So then you have to start going, what is your measurement of success? So a lot of people like, Alex, unless you have a child, a 3-2, you know, and 2.5 kids, you're not successful. I'm like, maybe that's for you. That's your measurement of success. I owned a home already in Massachusetts. I owned 2 homes in Massachusetts. When I was 22, I bought my first home. Then when I was 26, I bought my second home. And by the age of 32, I got rid of them because I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I started fucking with Mustangs and I was happy. So, you know, if you feel the measurement of success is having a home, I did that twice already and before the age of 30. So whatever. Do I need a retune for my bitches on the massage table? Manual swap on an 18 F-150? I don't know. Not at all. You got to understand, like, the 18 F-150 game, in my opinion, is only relevant if you... Okay. Because I'm just going to piss off a lot of people if I say, like, unless it has a turbo 400, you're not serious. But let's be honest. Unless you have 3 10R80s that are built to the max, you're not serious with an 18 and up F-150 over 1,000 horsepower, right? Like, if you're playing the 10R80 game because of 10R80 things, like, how many times do you see anyone post the 10R80 blowing up? The 10R80 flaring? The 10R80 missing a shift. If you were to go on social media, you would swear every 10R80 hits the shifts perfectly and runs great. Oh my God, 10R80's la luz. And then you get a 10R80 and you put 1,000 horsepower in it and it goes. I've never seen a 10R80 hit the limiter on the internet. Something must be wrong with my tuner. Then you change tuners and it does even worse. So now you come to the realization that you cannot believe everything you see on the internet. Alex didn't get glass roof jokes. Yeah, what jokes? You need to understand half of these jokes are fucking stupid. Let me see. Let's go back and see that awesome, wonderful, wonderful joke glass roof Coyote put up there. J Swish, Master Centra, glass roof. You own property? I didn't know you were married, Alex. Don't even know what that means. What's the joke? Are we making a misogynist joke? Grow up. Alex, I hate Massachusetts. The weather blows. T-56 is the best thing I did to my car. 80,000 won't get you anywhere here, says Palm Beach Pete. Ask me how I know. That's funny. Wyoming money isn't West Palm Beach money. No, the thing is the guys that, the obsessive weirdos that obsess of like what I look like. Like if I look at a guy and I go, oh, you're not looking so good. If you're fat, I'll call you fat. But if you're like, Alex, you look different than when you were 30 years old. I'm like, yeah, that was 18 years ago. You know, like, yeah, no shit, I look different. That's weird and goofy. It's goofy behavior. But if you're like saying, you're not doing well because you live in an apartment, wait a minute. And I saw a kid that was like 20 say that. Well, at least I don't live in an apartment. I'm like, when I was your age, I already had a home. You live with mom and dad. Shut the fuck up. Unless you're a midnight employee, you're not doing a 10R80 F-150 stuff. Manual swapping F-150 isn't worth it. The shifter on the Mustang manuals won't be behind the cab on the F-150. Boosted performance says every fucking house I looked at in Palm Beach was $1 million plus. Tell them. Yeah, DCT, same thing. See, people watch a test and tune and go, oh, DCT la luz. And I'm seeing guys do a burnout with a DCT equipped GT500 and miss the 1-2 shift because the trans got hot or whatever. And they all sound like shit when they launch. Like most of them sound like shit when they launch. They don't launch fantastic. They launch well. They're not bad. But they don't launch like a 6R80 car. They don't launch like a 400 car. They don't even launch like a second gear leave 10R80 car. So I'm like, why would you build a GT500 that's meant to be a road race car at 4,200 pounds to drag race. It's just for like clout, for internet, for flexing. It's not because it's the best use for that application. Whipple Horror says 408 small block Ford, Trickville high ports, 33,000 pound Fox, 125 shot, 930 passes. Motor hasn't been out of the car in 10 years. Just valve springs in every couple years. What more could you ask for? 8-second passes or 7-second passes that the motor doesn't come out of the car for 10 years. That's what I could ask for. So basically, it deals whipping the Pyrex in the kitchen. Okay, got it. Yeah, I get it. How prone is the 10R80 to missing shifts? So in my ticket system, meaning the people I have access to in the tuning queue, if I have 40 10R80 guys, the moment they make over 800 horse, the 1-2 shift is kind of useless at the track. Today I did a test with a customer. He's like, Alex, I have a centrifugal and it's too lazy to leave in second. And the 1-2 hits a limiter. So I go back in the tune and I go, the 1-2 is commanded at 7,000 on purpose because the first gear ratio on a 10R80 is so low. It's like 430 or worse. And I'm like, it just flies past it. And it blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, let me try something. I'm going to set the 1-2 shift on this car at 5,800 RPMs. And if it hits a limiter, meaning I am commanding every table imaginable to hit the shift at 5,800 RPMs, in the hopes that if it blows past the shift, it'll maybe catch it at 71, 72, 7,300. But if it blows past it and hits a limiter, I'm just going to be like, well, so first gear is useless after a certain power level, right? So then you have to start going, okay, after a certain power level, it will always miss a shift if you're leaving in first gear, right? If you're like over 850, leaving in first, you might hit a shift, you might not. But the probability of it missing a shift is probably well over 50%. So, Alex, out of all your customers, how many of them don't complete a shift? Over 850 horsepower? 50% of them don't. Half of them. The 1-2, everything else is fine. And most roll race anyway, so they don't really drag race. Success is being able to not be bothered by the outside world while enjoying your hobby. The cost of living laws and keep you locked inside all day away from your hobby, there's an issue. Yeah, you need to understand how much work it took to get the ZR1 to start. So you need to understand I do that in between all of this, Patreon, this and this and that. So if I go ghost for a little bit, it's because I'm in the garage. I'm not out there fucking around. I'm out there chasing women, drinking, smoking, partying, snorting coke on the West Coast. I don't do any of that shit. What I do is I shut the fuck up, go to the gym, go to the garage, and tend to my Patreon, to my work, my channels, because I have multiple channels. So you need to understand, like if I go ghost for a little bit, I'm in the garage. So if that Corvette gets on the ground and is stationary in a week or two, you know I've grinded the shit out of my life to make that happen. You're paying $250K in Florida for the same $75,000 house you bought in Oklahoma in 2010. $250 house in South Florida is in the hood. Coming from a dude moved to Florida from Oklahoma. Exactly. Alex lives in a very nice area, no glaze. Yeah, a lot of people see like the dumpster is by the garages. So they go, oh, you live in a shithole. Just go around the block. The garages are back there. It's like a service area. It's like you don't judge a building at the maintenance level. Imagine you go to the Trump golf course, right? And you go to where the trash is and where the golf carts get serviced. What a piece of shit area. That's how people do it online. Code Red was flaring like a mug. Yeah, I'm sure Alex would love having to pay for an HVAC guy doing his own home maintenance that benefits to an apartment. I'm telling you, I don't want to fuck with anything. My food processors, trash, what is it? Trash disposal, junk, boom, fixed in a day. Hey, my key's not working, fixed in a day. My washer and dryer aren't working, fixed in a day. My air conditioning went to shit, fixed in a day. I don't have time to be like, oh, I got to patch the roof. Fuck all that. Oh, I got to do landscaping. Fuck all that. I'm building cars. Kian Manesh. I'm a doctor and I rent out a studio. Grow and spend your money. There's benefits to an apartment. however fits your life. No, wait a minute, you're a doctor? Well, you must not. If you talk to every beaner on the West Coast, you must not be a good doctor if you don't have a big, stupid house. If you have to flex your house to people, you are insecure. If you have to flex your money to people, you are insecure. You need people to view you for what your money is, as opposed to like, are you a good person? No. Do you provide a good service and help people? No. You're an asshole that is in debt up to his eyeballs and he's showing off how much debt he's in? That's goofy. We're adults here. We're grown-ass men. We're not little kids flexing money. There was a video the other day I saw of a black kid at Walmart, and he was peddling chocolates. You've seen him. Ian Martha, you've seen him at Publix, right? You're just trying to go to a Publix to get a pub sub, and there's a kid going, man, what's up, man? You want to help our basketball team? I'm like, I don't want to help your basketball team, because every time I go to Publix, there's someone at the front door. There's Girl Scout cookies, which kill you. You know, they're fattening as shit. It's made out of cardboard, but they got a cute little white girl out there with a crazy mom. Oh, so, and then I don't want to do any of that. So there's a video of a kid at Walmart, and he's peddling chocolates, and someone must have been like, you know, had a bad day, right? And they looked at him and like, man, get out of my face. He said, man, don't be. So the kid got lippy with that person. So then the person said, bro, you're out here selling chocolates. And the guy goes, but I got more money than you. But I got more money than you. While holding M&M's, Snicker bars, and, you know, Almond Joys, saying, I got more money than you. I got more money than you. You're at Walmart selling chocolates, right? Most of the people that criticize people like me are those guys. They're in debt up to their eyeballs. Their dyno jet got repossessed. They were stands that didn't get attention from me. You know, so they just go crazy. They just lose their mind because I'm not giving them any attention and I don't think they're any good. So it's crazy stuff. Have any of y'all had experience with Kenny Brown suspension stuff? They look badass. Kenny Brown is good stuff. The hood isn't even $250K in South Florida. Lucky to find anything under $300, probably. Smash Navarro says, I had an 18 GT 10R car launching at first, was useless. Would not hook at all, even with the 305s in the rear. So what are the gear ratios? On a 2018 10R80 Mustang? Trans gear ratios. 4.7 first, guys. You need to understand, those of you that say, well, the tuner doesn't know what he's doing because first gear is 4.7. 4.7. Second is more, you know, doable. 2.99. So 2.9, 2.15, 1.8, 1.5. Nice and tight. 470 to 299? I mean, that's ridiculous. So then people are like, well, why can't you make it hook? Because first gear is 4.7 on a 10R80. It's ridiculous. What are the gear ratios on a Demon Dodge? It's like 5 something. 471, same thing. So the 8 HP also suffers from that issue, but look at how nice second gear is. 3.14. Then you go 210, 167, 129. Second gear leave is the move for any big power car. 10R80 or 8 HP. So don't blame your tuner. Blame the fact that Ford needed to make an emissions happy 10R80. So first gear would just easy move out of the hole with just barely any gas, immediately put you in second. As a matter of fact, the factory tune skips gears under like 30% throttle. It goes 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then when you put it in sport mode, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know how it feels when it goes 1, 2, 3? Boom, 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 boom. So factory Ford tune skips gears for emissions purposes. As a matter of fact, if you have a 2011 Mustang, bone stock factory tune, the center display says shift 1 to 4. There is a solenoid that pushes the shifter from first to fourth so that you can save gasoline. If you rev over a certain RPM, the solenoid does not activate and it lets you slide into second. A tune negates that. It is unbelievable. Damn, did you go in the bulk of Publix this weekend too? Kids trying to hit the rich hoods for the team support. Bro, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Melissa's cookies are the only ones that matter. Ho! Girl Scout cardboard cookies. Oh my God, got that real unhealthy shit. I bought 6 of them. No, the repo got my dino. Gotcha, Cody Lewis. I honestly think people who wear. Okay, he used that's a crazy work. WHERE as opposed to WEAR. I honestly think people who wear designer and make payment on a luxury car that will get repoed are fucking retarded looking. Makes me think you don't actually have money. People that post their cars in front of a house that looks way expensive, and then you figure out, guys, have you seen it? Guys, I know some of you are goofies and you follow the weird car channels. Have you noticed the YouTubers selling their cars? Have you noticed the what you thought were popular, big money, nut dragging YouTubers selling their cars? Big names. And you're like, oh, well, they're probably thinning their herd. Nope. YouTube ad revenue is down like 50%. Luckily, the bulk of the money I make is memberships. I changed to a membership model like 5-6 years ago, and my money has not been touched. But if you rely on shirt sales, on ad revenue, it's down. That's why those guys are like, what's going on, guys? Before we talk about my stupid fucking car, Blue Chew, want a rock hard boner and crack a walnut with your dick? Blue Chew is the way to go. Check out Blue Chew if you want boners. And while you have a boner, while using Blue Chew, go on this application and watch this. Look, I won. Oh my God, it's totally not a pre-recorded video showing me winning on a game, on any gambling application. I'm on Blue Chew with a boner, gambling. Please buy it. By the way, check out my stupid burnout car. They're down bad. So they're selling shit. It's pretty crazy. What's final drive between the two? I saw the Demon was 3.0 something. About the same. Hat to toe as well, says Woods. To this day, the one shop in Cali still owes DynoJet over $40,000 and has an active lien on it. Y'all stock 11 skip shift function was bullshit. Exactly. The 2011 Mustang 1-4 skip shift was wild work. People need to do research on starting line ratios. Fuck, I used the wrong where. Alex, where will Amory Nationals be? Where will? Good shit. Boosted Desmond. Parents who send their children to the public to sell candy are fucking terrible. I think if you do Girl Scout cookies, you're fucking goofy. You're teaching kids. You're not teaching kids anything. You're using the kids. What the fuck are you teaching the kids by going out to a Publix and saying, like, you don't sell vacuum cleaners door to door anymore. That's not a thing. What are you showing a kid when they go to a Publix to bother the shit out of somebody that had a terrible day at work and they just want to go in there and grab a pub sub or a freaking rotisserie chicken with a mashed potato and a Diet Coke and go home and get in front of their TV and watch the shitty Monday Night Football? Hi, shut the fuck up. You're not teaching them anything. You're goofy. Shit, people generally on heavy debt. Oh shit, I got gingivitis. That's funny. Damn, the one time I used the wrong spelling. The one who will go upside down in a plane but is scared of a high horsepower car. There is nothing that tells you how a person's brain works than if they're okay flying as opposed to driving fast on the ground. Flying is infinitely worse. And this is what they lean back on. Percentages. They go, well, percentage-wise, it's like saying per capita. Percentage-wise, I'm more likely to crash in a car than I am in an airplane. Go ahead and turn on Pilot Debrief. Go ahead, go to Pilot Debrief, subscribe to his channel, and he will talk to you about people crashing in an airplane and how it happened. And you come to find out that the attitude, there's a very specific attitude that is very consistent across the board from people who want to fly. Do you want to become an airline pilot? No? Stop fucking flying planes, dipshit, because if you were meant to fly, you'd grow wings. Stupid. Dipshit. No one thinks you're cool because you fly. They hand out those licenses to a bunch of goofies. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, Alex, speaking of big time YouTubers, guess who's selling their drag car? Yeah, look, him and like Wes whatever, they're selling all their shit. And I'm like, what's going on? I can keep all my cars. I can afford them comfortably because I didn't overextend myself. I kind of did, but I'm like, I can afford these, not a problem. I don't have to sell any of my cars. I want to sell them because they're just sitting. But these guys are like, well, I got a shitload of projects I got to offload. Uh-oh, somebody needs money. By the time you need money in that capacity, it's already over. If you start doing the cascading effect and the math, you're like already fucked. You have to like severely cut like everything in half to be above water again. Some Pro Mod Camaros for sale like $400K because it's too fast. No, it's not too fast. It's not too fast. They need money. Chewed out a dad one time who left his little girl outside by herself in the rain until 10 p.m. in the night in the ghetto. Rainbow vacuums are definitely still a thing. My kid did Girl Scouts for a year. The group leader bought her boyfriend a PS5 instead of taking them on a trip. Never again. Exactly. Teach them to be beggars. Pretty much. Usually a parent is the one selling the cookies at work and their kids don't even do it anymore. They use the kids as props for sympathy. I think that's so weird. Let the kid be a kid. Let them go play outside. Let them get dirty. Let them get bullied. Let them get their ass kicked. Don't put them in front of a public selling diabetes to people. I was a Boy Scout cookie sales boy. I came in second place, hence the tattoo. Wow, that's weird. Oh, Turvey's neck tattoo. That's very good. Good job. Are you more likely to die in a plane or crash? Here we go. See what I mean? See what I mean? Retard. Retard math. There are more cars there than airplanes. There are more cars there than airplanes. But this is what I will tell you. I am less likely to die in the car I'm driving because of something I did than in an airplane. You could have all the skill on earth and you're flying great and a fucking crosswind comes and you're dead. Stop it. Oh, I guess my gear doesn't want to come down. Guess I'm landing it on the belly. Look, I forgot to flip a couple of switches and turn on some things that are very critical for the operation of the plane. So stop with this bullshit that you're safer in the air than you are on the ground. Stop it. NASCAR money, selling the car right around Texas. I had to fly for my job, Benjamin Walker, and I work 65 to 70 miles over the water every 2 weeks in a small helicopter. Can confirm. I'd rather be in a race car than a helicopter. You motherfucker. They'll do a big jump in the shark moment and then make it again, burn out shortly after. I have to fly in. I don't actually fly for clarification. Right. So Benjamin Walker has to fly offshore in a helicopter a couple of times a week, right? Every 2 weeks in a small helicopter, he has to fly out. He's like, I'd rather be on the fucking ground than in a helicopter over the water. Wow. Wow. I can't believe you follow him that closely. You know the day he's moving in? That's weird. Are you more likely to hit a bear in a car or in a plane? I mean, that you do make a good point. Even experienced pilots experience freak accidents. Exactly. You could be doing everything right. Okay. If I'm going 55 miles an hour, I'm doing everything right. My tires are inflated. Everything's good. What is the likelihood of a mechanical incident killing me in a car, not another person? Because in the air, you're not really going to get hit by other airplanes. It's very difficult. But it can happen statistically. But it's very difficult that in the air, you're going to get hit by another airplane and that causes an accident. Unless the helicopter pilot is a woman. So, but if you're driving in a car on I-95 and a catastrophic mechanical failure happens in the car, tire blowout, whatever, what happens? Man, I guess my tire blew out. Ooh, engine, let's go. My engine let go. If you are 10,000 feet in the air and your engine lets go, talk to me about that shit. Goofy. There are more airplanes in the ocean than submarines in the sky. That's pretty funny. Oh my God, we've gone over many times. Basic pilot license, you can fly a 747 at max, VME, that's really good. Report to Lund Senior's office tomorrow. You'll just pull over if the engine dies out. Exactly. A bit randomly gets sucked into the engine. A bird randomly gets sucked into the engine, you're done. Yeah, in the air. In the air, you could be flying and there's a goose and that motherfucker takes your shit out. There goes your nice little Cessna and you're a hole in the ground. Congratulations. You know Elon is coming for all those pilot and air control jobs. Car safer, plane takes out more people. The worst driver you know has a license. Pilots are not supposed to wreck. No one's really supposed to wreck. What's higher risk, mechanical failure or some idiot being an idiot? Again, I'm talking about I have control. I have control of a car and I could be doing everything right. The likelihood of me dying is less than if I'm doing everything right 10,000 feet up in the air and something happening up there. Fucking plane hit a fire truck the other day. Crazy times. That's the way Kobe died, in a helicopter. And that was an experienced pilot that got like that spatial disorientation. He was in white clouds. Just didn't know what the fuck was happening. He ended up like upside down or some shit. Where do you find more idiots? The sky or the road? The sky. The sky. Because they have a God complex. They have a God complex. So they're all, how many times have you heard pilot gets caught with booze before he's about to take a commercial airliner on an overseas flight? They have a God complex because they have that fucking license. So anyone that flies thinks they're automatically better than you because they fly. I contend the opposite. I'm like, they probably should not have given you a license. It's like wanting to become a cop to get the gun. Imagine you're like, hey, I want to become a cop. Why? Because I want to carry a gun legally and shoot motherfuckers. Right? That's the same mindset as if like, I want to fly. I'm better than you. I can fly a plane. Newsflash, it ain't that hard. Newsflash, it's very simple. It's very simple. You get a very safe plane. You get someone to sign off on your shit that has already all the proper shit. And the FAA doesn't even give you a test. It's really up to the person watching you. And if you're like friendly with them, bro, just check me out of this shit. It's all good. Do the check ride. It's all, yeah, it's all good. Because how many times I've seen on pilot debrief that this guy fails his check ride, fails his second check ride. Why are you giving him a third shot? This guy failed too. He should be banned from flying. No, you could take check ride after check ride until you fucking pass. Weird. I'm good. I think flying and people that fly and people that think flying puts them above you are more dangerous than people that are like shitty drivers. They're worse than Haitian drivers, right? If you have a license to fly a plane and you feel this makes me better than anyone else, you are more dangerous than a Haitian driver who they literally give them license. Senior switching an old fashioned the show right now, thinking this fucker's talking about me. No, gosh, no, he knows I'm not talking about him. He is an Army trained pilot. Senior was an Army trained pilot. So if he sucked, they would have grounded his ass. They would have been like, nope, they have to do certain moves, certain maneuvers, very dangerous stuff. And they have to show a very high level of competence. So when you're flying for the Army, you're not some dumbass. You're somebody. But when some fucking schmo with money wants to get up in the air and he gets licenses to fly fucking machines in the air, fuck that person. I'm good. Unless you're trained by the Air Force or the Navy or something, I don't trust your flying skills. Sorry, because you can get a buddy of yours to sign off on all of the fucking prerequisites, and then you're all of a sudden flying all over the place, and then one day you want to take your family somewhere, and you put a fucking hole in the ground. Good job, dipshit. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Gave you a little bit of a overtime because I'm not a fan of flying or flyers or people that think they're better than you because they fly. They have a very consistent way of thinking. And I know many people that fly, and yes, this applies to many of you. You have a very smug way of thinking. Why the fuck are you flying? Are you that fucking bored? Do you need it for work? Are you going to become a commercial airline pilot? No. Land that motherfucker, let your time lapse, and live a happy life, because if you were meant to fly, you would have fucking wings. Shut the fuck up. I'm out of here. All right, I'll be back on Thursday. Talk a little shit Thursday. See what happens then. See if a couple of pilots get on my ass. But I'm right about that. I know many people that fly and should not be in the air, nowhere near a fucking airplane. Have a good Sunday night. Congratulations to the winners. Jasso, Slow, and 956 Oscar. All of you owe me emails or private messages so I know where to send the stuff. Congratulations on that, and I'll talk to the rest of you on Thursday. Have a good rest of your night, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.